It's never just quiet. We mistake silence for an empty space, a void where words once were, or perhaps words were never even expected. But that's a dangerous misperception. Because the truth is, when someone isn't speaking, when they've retreated into that quiet space, they are often not silent at all. They're no longer aligned. They've already internally withdrawn their emotional contact, their investment. The communication has already broken down, long before the first word wasn't said. We look at this silence, and we interpret it through a very limited lens. We assume it's a choice in that moment to withhold. But what if the problem isn't a lack of willingness to engage, but a deeper, more fundamental mechanism at play?
What if it's not about them choosing silence, but their system defaulting to withdrawal because it sees no other viable path? And it's critical we understand this. Stonewalling isn't just about refusing to talk. It's a physiological protection mechanism that kicks in when someone feels overwhelmed by intense stress and a profound sense of being understood. From a neuroscientific perspective, when a person feels constantly under attack or consistently unheard, their nervous system doesn't choose to engage further. It chooses to retreat. It's a primal energy conservation strategy. It's the brain's way of saying, this isn't safe, this isn't productive. Think of it like a circuit breaker in your house.
When there's an overload, the system doesn't try harder. It shuts down to prevent damage. Our emotional and neurological systems do the same thing. The brain ceases to find it meaningful to continue communicating when it expresses itself but receives no genuine response or understanding. So, that silence? It's rarely emptiness. It's usually a signal of an internal rupture, a deep disconnection. The spirit, the essence of a person, cannot maintain a bond where it cannot express itself and be understood. Because connection, true connection, thrives only on the feeling of being mutually heard and understood. So, why do we, especially those of us who consider ourselves intelligent, self-aware, and highly capable, so often miss this?
Why do we fail to apply this understanding in our most important relationships, or even with ourselves? It's an identity layer. Our self-concept, perhaps built on a lifetime of being the strong one, the logical one, the problem solver, or even the busy one who doesn't have time for drama, gets in the way. Admitting that we or someone we care about might be shutting down due to feeling unheard or overwhelmed can feel like an admission of weakness, a failure in our ability to cope, or a lapse in our perceived competence. Our identity as someone who has it all together makes it incredibly difficult to lean into vulnerability, to acknowledge the raw, physiological reality of emotional withdrawal.
We assume others should just know what we mean, or we should just be able to push through, talk our way out of anything. This ingrained self-narrative acts as a powerful blind spot. For those of us in our 30s, 40s, 50s, professionals who've built careers, who've navigated complex challenges, the stakes feel even higher. The idea of acknowledging this kind of internal shutdown, either in ourselves or observing it in a partner or colleague, can trigger very specific fears. There's visibility anxiety, the fear of revealing a perceived weakness, of showing that we're not as robust or in control as we present ourselves to be.